Hi, so it's Coach Nye here. Today we're going to do 15 minutes of stretching, predominantly working on the lower part of our body. So we're on the floor for the whole of the session. So if you've got a block or maybe a strap, I suggest you go and get it just to help you along. So we're going to start in our box position, our cats and cows. So we want our hands underneath our wrists. We want our knees to be hip width apart. And we're just going to have a neutral spine, and then we're going to curl up into cow, and then arch our back looking forward. So we've got about 5 of these just to warm up our spine, so you're sucking everything in. And then on the inhale, looking forward. So just nice and simply rolling in, arching the back, and looking forward. And showing your breath is involved. So just nice and gently. And then I want you to rock back as you arch your back. And as you come forward, inhale. That gives a nice little stretch for the ribs. So rocking back. And just feel your own stretch, your own maximum, your limit. What feels nice for you. And just rocking forward. Again, just be mindful of your wrists. And just bringing your breath in. As we just release and let go of any tension in our arms, our lower back, maybe bad posture. And then coming back just as a counter position, let's just bring our palms facing inwards, so our fingers are facing the edges of our mat, and we're going to rock left to right. So again, just a nice stretch for our wrists, our arms. And if you can, just turning your fingers towards your body, and we're going to go forward and back, again, very gently, with small ligaments. And bringing your fingers facing the front of the mat. We continue going forward and back. This time maybe going a bit deeper, forward and back. And let's try going round one way, so a circular movement, all the way, going round, and then going the other way. Just seeing how that feels for you. And then coming back to the centre, we're going to maybe just check how strong our wrists are by bringing our knees up for 1 inch, working on our core. Then keep your feet flat on the floor and just lift your knees up 1 inch and hold 3, 2, 1 and back down. Let's try that again. So just lifting the knees up, feet stay down, hold your core and down. Okay, looking forward, we're going to bring our left hand out, palms facing, and we're going to extend our right leg. So opposite arm to leg, we're going to look down, so our neck and our spine is in line, lifting up the leg behind, and we're going to go for knee tucks. So elbow to knee, we'll be bringing this in, and then extending out. And then we're going to try and do this 5 times as we come in for 1, bringing in our breath. Inhaling for the length, exhaling as we come in, tucking everything in, really going for the reach. 3 more to go. Extending each time, getting longer. Stretching those ligaments. Last one here. And we're going to hold for 3, making sure the hip doesn't curl up for 2, breathing in, and 1. Just placing that down, just sitting on the back of your heels, and just rotating the wrist, a lot of pressure on the wrist. Just rotating your wrist one way, and then going round the other way. Let's get ready to do the same thing on the other side. So again, we want our 4-point base. Knees hip width apart, hands shoulder width, and wrists directly underneath your shoulders. We're going to extend the opposite arm out now. Extending that right hand, palms facing out, and left leg just holding it, making sure the hip turns down, looking forward, neck and spine are in line. And let's go for a tuck like we did before, so elbow to knee, and we stretch out. We've got 5 of those to go. Let's come. Lift 1. Extend, bring your breath in. Somebody's pulling you in the opposite direction. 2, tucking in, lengthen. Coming again for 3. Feeling that reach. 4. Maybe you can extend the leg further back. 5. And let's hold that now. Reaching, lengthening our joints, our ligaments. 3, 2, and 1. Just like we did before, sitting on the back of our heels. Just working it out. My wrists. And since we're in this beautiful position, if you've got blocks, you can use them. But we're going to just open up our feet and we're going to sit in between our knees and our feet in our hero's pose, stretching out the quads. So again, if you want the block to feel comfortable, you just sit on the block and just here. And we want to bring the arms into it. So if you've got a strap, you can use your strap. But what you're going to do is just reach with the left arm and then come over the back with the right. Ideally, you want fingers to be touching. If not, you can use straps or hold your top. And if you can, elbow behind the back of your neck. If this feels easy and you're reaching, you can come forward, giving yourself a little bit more intensity. But just stay here and breathe. Feeling the stretch in the shoulder, all the tightness, carrying tension, handbags, bag posture. So just breathe in, holding it here. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So reaching up, bringing the opposite hand over, underneath, trying to grab. You'll notice one side's probably a little bit more distant than the other side. It's perfectly normal. Overuse or underuse of one side. Again, the tension, use straps if you need to. And try to get the elbow behind the back of the head. If you want to lean forward, you can. But this is a really good counter position, especially for sitting down. Our quads get tight in front of our thighs, our arms, our shoulders. So just breathe into the area, breathe into your arms. About 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to come forward now. Just moving out any blocks that you've got in the way. We're going to work our legs. So again, let's get into that 4-point base. So in that 4-point base, and you're just going to bring your right foot forward. So you're in that lunge, the right foot comes forward. So you can see. And then you're just going to lift up your left hand, palms facing outwards. It's a nice little stretch. And then rotate to the other side, opening up. So again, just opening up. And then bringing both hands down. We're coming up now, really opening up the hip, palms facing each other, almost like a backward bend. Just reaching, breathing. Holding it here. And then coming back, we're going to extend that right leg out so your toes are flexed towards you. Your hands are either side. And you're just going to slowly walk your fingers towards the soles of your feet, Trying to keep your legs straight as we stretch the back of the legs, the calf muscles, extending forward by the hip, just holding it here. Trying to go for a nice long spine. And then place that foot down. We're gonna come forwards and back, so lifting up, forward and back. Just giving it a nice little stretch as we come up. We'll do this for 5 times. So in the third, just forward and back. And then on our last one, we're going to come back and see if we can go slightly further forward with our fingers, trying to one day visualize our chin touching our toes, a nice long back, feeling the stretch in the calves. And then just coming back up and do exactly the same thing on the other side. So just bringing that foot in, extend your opposite foot forward. Again, we've got left foot down. Let's bring up our right hands, opening up the sides. Again, just stretching that big muscle, latissimus dorsi, breathing into the area. You can look up or you can look forward. And then placing that hand down, you rotate over, exactly the same thing, just stretching out. And placing that hand down, we're going to bring both hands up like we did on the other side, palms facing, pushing the hip forward, again arching the back, looking up or looking forward, challenging your balance, breathe into the hips, really trying to stretch that hip flexor, or like sitting down you do. And then hands on the floor, we're going to sit back onto our heels, flexing our toes, the weight comes back. And you're just going to slowly walk your fingers forward like you did on the other side. Just feeling the stretch in your calf, the toes are flexed, hands either side, neck and spine nice and long. Just feeling that stretch, breathing into the back of the legs. And then placing that foot down like we did before. We're coming forward and we're coming back. So just working with the hip, working with the calf muscle, and trying to bring some of the hamstring as well. So forward and back for 5. Reaching forward. 2. Breathing. And 1. Let's see if we can go slightly more forward with our fingers. Feeling the stretch, breathing, back of the legs. Holding it here. Another 3, 2, and 1. Just coming up. We're going to come back and sit down to our mat. To our legs crossed. Just sitting. And then just taking the right hand onto the knee, just twisting round. One way. Coming round to the other side. Twisting. Other way. Again, with our legs crossed, we're just opening up the hip. Let's bring our fingers forward, stretching forward again, feeling the stretch in the thighs, the glutes. Trying to extend the fingers forward, breathe. Inhaling, exhaling, trying to lower our chest towards the floor. And walking your fingers back. We're just going to recross the legs the other way. So recross them in the less dominant position. And then we're going to rotate round as we did before. Looking one way. And then coming to the other side. Coming to the center, stretching forward. Again, just feeling the stretch on our less dominant side. Slowly walking our fingers back. We can recross them back now in a more comfortable position. Palms on the floor. Let's inhale our blessings for the day. So inhale your blessings over your head. Nice deep breath, bringing the palms together, draw it down onto your mouth, your throat, third eye, your heart. Send some love, some heat into yourself, family, friends, the world. Namaste.